Imagine two worlds colliding, an internet sensation who's taken the boxing world by storm versus a legendary heavyweight fighter with an unmatched legacy. What happens when youth, ambition, and raw determination meet age, experience, and sheer power? Former Disney star turned social media influencer Jake Paul has startled many by ranking among the boxing contenders. His ascent from YouTube videos to demolishing former champions has been nothing less than contentious and remarkable. Conversely, we have Mike Tyson, a guy who changed the definition of a heavyweight fighter. Tyson's reputation speaks volumes, even if his best years may be behind him. 50 career wins, 44 of them knockouts. These two boxers are now scheduled to square off in a fight where youth against experience is pitted, and it is expected to be among the largest events in contemporary boxing history. Mike Tyson is preparing for an amazing comeback to the ring 19 years following his last professional fight. The boxing veteran, 58, is set to square 27-year-old YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in a heavyweight fight already generating buzz all over. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations has approved the bout, set for July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as a professional boxing battle. As fans vibrate with expectation, they wonder whether Tyson can rekindle the magic that used to make him among the most feared boxers in the world. Tyson had a brief comeback to the ring in 2020 for an exhibition contest against Roy Jones Jr. However, his last official fight was backdated in 2005. This is not an exhibition, though, this time. There are big stakes, and this bout counts toward his official record. Tyson is now entering the ring with an opponent less than half his age after losing 3 of his last 4 battles before hanging his gloves. Will Jake Paul add another unexpected chapter to his career again? Or can Tyson transcend time and once more show his supremacy? For many, the idea of Tyson back in action excites, but also makes one somewhat uneasy. From 1985 to 2005, his career covered 2 decades, during which he compiled a record of 50 victories, 6 losses, and 2 no contests. Of the 50 wins, an amazing 44 came by knockout. Tyson's career, however, also contained several noteworthy upsets, even if his record is outstanding. Buster Douglas stunned the world by knocking him out in the 10th round, therefore marking his first loss in 1990. Considered as one of the biggest shocks in boxing history, that loss is still, will this bout spell the end of an era, or will Tyson overcome his past challenges and add one more triumph to his amazing resume? Though just starting his career, Jake Paul has become well known very fast. At first, dismissed as a YouTuber experimenting with boxing, critics' record speaks for itself. For the elderly Tyson, younger, faster, and fearless, Paul offers a great challenge. Though Tyson has never been one to back off from a confrontation, their age difference is noteworthy. Tyson has been working hard. If one thing is known about him, it is that he always gives the ring force and savagery. The result of this bout will affect not only Tyson's legacy, but also boxing's direction going forward. Both supporters and experts are arguing whether Tyson still possesses the qualities needed to compete at the top level. Though internet sportsbooks classify Tyson as an underdog, his record is filled with times when he overcame the odds. One more time, can he do it? Tyson's position in boxing history is already set beyond this comeback. He has various records to prove his exceptional ability. At just 20 years old, he knocked out Trevor Berbick in 1986, therefore becoming the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight belt. Tyson unified the WBC, WVA, and IBF belts in turn, having also become the first heavyweight to hold them concurrently. His tenure was not without controversy, though. He famously disqualified Evander Holyfield in 1997 for chewing his opponent's ear. In 2002, Tyson met Lennox Lewis in what was among the most awaited battles of all time in his last championship bout. Tyson's prospects of recovering the heavyweight belt were dashed when he was knocked out in the 8th round, despite a great performance. Tyson's later fights over time were a mixed bag, including memorable losses to opponents like Danny Williams and Kevin McBride. Tyson resigned on his stool following the 6th round, declaring that his heart was no longer in the sport, therefore ending his last professional bout against McBride in 2005. Tyson is almost 2 decades later, ready to take the stage once more. His forthcoming clash with Jake Paul is more than just a show. It's a test of whether the venerable boxer still possesses the passion that defined him. Now, let's talk about Jake Paul. Nobody would have expected Jake Paul to be the kind of person entering the professional boxing scene. Originally a Disney Channel star, he initially became well known on social media, thanks especially for his active and often provocative attitude toward youngsters. Early on, he produced comedic sketches, vlogs, and prank videos with millions of viewers. But what began as a digital celebrity has subsequently turned into an unexpected career in the boxing ring, a move that many people find incomprehensible. How did a YouTuber go from creating ridiculous videos to squaring off against seasoned fighters? Paul's path into boxing started with the emergence of influencer boxing, a phenomenon that started when YouTubers KSI, Olajide Olatunji, and Joe Weller headlined an event, opening the path for social media stars to enter the ring. Though some considered this bout as a showy, it proved to be a huge hit. Drawing in millions of spectators, it demonstrated the world in which people were ready to pay to witness their preferred online celebrities resolve their conflicts with boxing gloves. The encounter between KSI and Joe Weller demonstrated how influential people might create enthusiasm and, more crucially, money in the sport, even with little boxing knowledge. Inspired by this, Jake Paul resolved to toss his cap into the ring. Deji, KSY's younger brother, was his first opponent in an exhibition bout. Although both combatants lacked much experience, Jake won a TKO in the 5th round. For many, this might have been a one-off event, a profitable and enjoyable approach to profit on the influencer boxing craze. But for Jake, something connected. That triumph set off a fascination for the sport, and since then, he has dedicated himself to surpassing mere influence dabbling in boxing. Jake distinguishes himself from other influencer boxers by choosing to fight athletes outside of the influencer field. While others have decided to keep fighting fellow YouTubers or social media stars, Jake decided differently. Former NBA player Nate Robinson was his first principal rival. Not only for the novelty of seeing a basketball star in the ring, but also because Jake viciously knocked Robinson out, therefore establishing his reputation as more than simply a YouTube boxer. Following this triumph were successes over prominent mixed martial arts MMA competitors, including Anderson Silva, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, and Nate Diaz. In the combat sports scene, these names have weight. Hence, defeating them provided Jake Paul further credibility. Jake has developed his abilities with every battle, therefore demonstrating his seriousness about his boxing career. Unlike many who start a sport in search of a quick payoff, he has committed himself to developing his skill. His latest fight against professional boxer Tommy Fury, whose family is well anchored in the sport, clearly shows his improvement. Although Jake lost the bout by a split decision, a major turning point in his career was holding his own against someone with Fury's background. It demonstrated that Jake Paul was a boxer capable of top performance, not only a novelty act. The stakes are now much higher since Jake is about to meet Mike Tyson, one of the most illustrious boxing stars in history. Originally set for July 20th, this fight will be formally sanctioned and will count toward the men's professional records. For many, the very thought of Jake Paul running toe-to-toe with Tyson, a fighter who once ruled the heavyweight class and whose name is connected with boxing brilliance, is unfathomable. Still, it's happening, and right now, Jake has better chances. Many boxing experts are supporting the younger, fresher fighter as odds makers position him as a -360 favorite. This is for good reason as well. Jake Paul is still in his prime at 26. He keeps getting better every fight. His knockout strength has been on full show, and he has shown he can strike hard and close out battles. Conversely, being 58 years old, Mike Tyson is much beyond his peak. Tyson clearly still has power in his punches, something that will always make him dangerous. But there are major concerns over his capacity to take hits at this point in his life. For fighters, one of the first things to worsen with aging is their chin, or punch absorption ability. Once a fortification, Tyson's chin might not be able to resist the force of a younger, more powerful competitor like Paul. Boxing analysts have noted that Tyson's punchability will probably determine the result of the battle. Jake Paul has demonstrated time and again that he can knock an opponent out. Should Tyson's chin fail, the bout might finish fast. Having said that, the history books already clearly document Tyson's legacy. With a career full of remarkable events, he will always be regarded as one of the best fighters of all time, regardless of the outcome of this encounter. Ultimately, this struggle is more about the show than only about the outcome. Nobody could have expected Jake Paul, the internet joker turned boxer, to face the venerable Mike Tyson. Perhaps that makes perfect sense, though, in the modern world where social media and conventional sports interact in strange places. Whether Paul comes out on top or Tyson shows he still has it, this fight will be unforgettable for the ages and further blur the line between professional sports and popular entertainment. With history on the line and reputations to be made or broken, there's no doubt you'll want to tune in. Don't miss out on the action. Mark your calendars for July 20th and make sure to subscribe to the channel for updates, fight analysis, and behind-the-scenes coverage leading up to this legendary bout. Hit that notification bell so you're the first to catch every moment leading to the big fight.